Now then, when you refer to church, were you speaking to the Church of England or Christendom? It would be rather nice to say I was speaking to Christendom, to everybody, but I am also thinking of the church that I serve and minister in, and starting there. But I think when I was using the word the church in my remarks earlier on, I was actually thinking of the church, the community of Christ's disciples, whatever they call themselves. Here's one from a 16-year-old. I serve in church, I'm a member of our deanery youth group, but the church hierarchy don't seem to be interested in us. How could this be improved? When I'm asked that sort of question, one of the first things I'm always inclined to say is to the church, to myself, to the hierarchy again, is don't patronize younger believers. Expect the best and the fullest of them. Expect them to have a gift to give. Don't look down on them. Don't try and keep them quiet or keep them entertained. Treat them seriously as people who, like you, are growing up in faith. That seems to me the basic principle for approaching work with younger Christians. And of course, it's a point that's often made, it needs to be made again. It's not true that young people are the church of the future. They are the church. They are part of the church now. Therefore, our brothers and sisters, therefore, deserving of the utmost seriousness and attention and respect. And I haven't got any detailed positive recommendations because that would take rather a long time, but at least the negative thing you can say is, if you bear that in mind, there are things you will not do, like patronize, like entertain. You will listen, take seriously, expect the best. Would I agree that Christianity is a materialistic religion? Nice question. I think it was Archbishop William Temple who said that Christianity is the most materialistic of the great religions. And I think he meant by that the Christian gospel tells us, A, that God made a world that is good, B, that God works out his purposes through material things and agents, through these lumps of bone and flesh and stuff that you and I are, and above all, that his supreme self-expression in the world was not through an idea in people's heads, but through the Word made flesh, through Jesus, who was a lump of bone and flesh like us. That's materialistic. And because Jesus himself, in breaking bread and pouring wine, said to his friends, "This is how you are in touch with me," as much as if I were literally the food you ate, Jesus was telling us to be materialistic, not to ignore that plain breaking of bread together, which binds us in him through material means. So yes, a materialistic religion which says to the world around, the problem is not that you're materialists, but that you're not materialist enough. You don't have as high a doctrine of matter, stuff, as you ought to. Because the matter, the stuff of the world, is capable of speaking the love and the meaning of God. Forget that at your peril. And of course, when we look around and think about the environmental crises of our day, that's exactly what we've forgotten. We have made too little of the material world and forgotten that God has taken it to himself and used it as his speech, his communication to us.